weekly. I don't even know what number we're on because we did a Hugh Jackman vlog and then we did the coming home vlog, which was like over the course of 2 weeks. Don't know what week number we're on, but this is going to be such an exciting week. We have so many exciting things planned, and we are getting back into the swing of things. So welcome to the weekly vlog. So, we are starting this week right where we ended last week, which is in the vehicle. And the reason for that is because I'm going to another event. It's with, again, female Phoenix bloggers. But this is actually a workshop and it's all about how to be smart with money, which I am terrible with. I'm terrible with money. But it's with like a different, I want to say brand, I want to say sponsor, but I don't quite know what the correct term is for these companies. So their organization, I would say organization. So the one that I went to on Friday was with Phoenix Girlboss, and it was just like a meet and greet pop-up happy hour, and everyone introduced themselves, said what they did. I made a complete, not a complete dork of myself, but you guys know I always tell you that I'm the same in person as I am on here. I'm very weird and animated and try to be, not try to be really funny, but I even had a couple people tell me like, you're really funny. I was like, I wasn't trying to be, but thank you. And so when everybody did their introduction, I was like, hi, I'm Brittany Coco and I run the Coco channel, which is a YouTube, and it's all about being a military wife. That's not what this channel is about. I don't really talk about being a military wife at all, aside from me complaining for 7 months about my husband being deployed. I do lifestyle and fashion, and I really wish I would have went deeper, because there were some women that stood up and like just delivered it, you know what I mean? Like, I believe in this and I want to do this, my goal is this, and this is where I'm at. Like, I really wish I would have stood up and be like, my name is Brittany Coco. I run the Coco channel, which I'm trying to turn into an empire with not only a YouTube channel and Instagram, but also eventually my blog, which is coming soon. And I believe in totally empowering women and making everyone feel included, and just spreading love and light is my mission in life. And I feel like God has been whispering me that in my ear for years, and I am finally doing it. I really feel like I'm making a change in women's hearts and how they feel and how they start their day. Like, I wish I would have said something like that, you know, but I didn't. I was like, I run a YouTube channel about being a military wife. None of them are military wives, so they all just looked at me like, cool. And then, but I did say I do YouTube for a living, and so there was one other chick who was there, and she was like, oh, so you're the other YouTuber, right? I was like, yeah. And so she like was like, let's subscribe to each other. I was like, cool. She had like 49,000 subscribers, and I had 4. And again, numbers don't really matter to me, but when, you know, two people say they do it for a living and she has like literally 10 times the amount, I was like, ugh. Anyway, everyone was really, really nice. And so that was with Phoenix Girl Bosses, and the one I'm going to today is Hustle Hunnies AZ. I'm gonna link all the ones that I follow, because I know I have a lot of Phoenix girls here now, especially a lot of the girls at the Friday thing subscribed. They like specifically asked me for it, but later that next day I lost like 5, so I think that those same girls unsubscribed, but that's okay, I don't care. So anyways, I'm gonna link all of those organizations. There's quite a few organizations specifically here in Arizona that their mission is to connect bloggers, not only with each other and influencers, but also with like companies and events. Remember, I was explaining all of this over on Instagram, and so I follow like 5 or 6. And so Phoenix Girl Boss is the event on Friday. Today's Hustle Hunnies AZ. I feel like Hustle Hunnies AZ puts on so far the most events, and also AZ Babes and Brews AZ, which are coffee lovers, and they do like some more like holistic events. Like, they did a yoga one and they did like a breathing one, and you know, stuff like that, but they also love coffee, so I feel like I want to tap into that. And so once we get like a routine down this week, that's when I'll be able to like lay everything out. Aiden goes back to school tomorrow, Monday. Andrew goes back to work on Wednesday, and then the following week all of my events I think start, no, just Fit and Faith starts up, and then I don't start mops until September. So anyways, 5 minutes in the car of me talking to you is quite enough. Let's go to the event, shall we?
Down in the dungeon is all we know, where the shining light, we never go into the open. As far as you can see it, wasting there a big bright destiny. Don't you feel like breaking free? Open your eyes, embrace what you see now. Don't you feel like cutting loose? Yeah, cutting loose, cutting loose. I'm alive, I do or die. My mind stretched out on the canopy. My dreams getting bigger than you and me. I'm alive, I do or die. Taking a leap, now I'll never agree. My dreams getting bigger than you and me.
Good morning, it's Monday, and I'm in the car by myself going to Target to get diapers and formula. Today was first day of school, and it started off with a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it, tantrum from me. It started off a little bit rough, but he's at school, we took photos, and you know, did his little, I literally had these, I had the same exact chalkboard with the same exact writing that says first day of pre-K, because this is our second year of pre-K. So it's quite a bit different than yesterday. Yesterday's event, you guys, it was just amazing, and it's so empowering being with people who also enjoy doing this. I have to tell you, like, it's so inspiring and honestly just wonderful being with other ladies that do this. And don't get me wrong, like, I have friends and I have, you know, both physical here, like from church and there, but it's just always different when you find somebody like in your workforce, no matter what it is. Like if you find another military member and you talk about like military life, it's only something that you two truly understand. Even as a military wife, I don't truly understand the military life for the service member and like what they go through on a day-to-day and stuff like that. And so for me, like having all these women there who literally just like whipped out their cameras and posed for photos in a way that like I completely forgot. You know, for me, like you do different poses, you look away from the camera, you put your hands in weird places, and you know that that's gonna get the photo. But when you do that with like, you know, your regular friends that don't do that, like if you're not looking at the camera, they're like, what the heck are you doing? But these women, like when I wasn't looking at the camera, like they knew. And even them, they were doing like poses and flipping their dresses and like doing all the things that I was like, this is what I'm looking for. I need this community, you know, and it's just so comfortable. Nobody got weird when I whipped out my vlogging camera. I was the only vlogger there. The rest were actually bloggers, and there was one other YouTuber, and she's actually quite large on Instagram, and she does, for a living, is a mermaid. Designs tails, like wears them, swims, does like videos and stuff underwater, and she was amazing. She was so cool. I think she has like 17,000 followers on Instagram. I can't remember how much her YouTube has, but she does like all kinds of videos on how she becomes a mermaid, like from makeup to underwater stuff and tails and, you know, all of that stuff. And so I was just like, whoa, dude, that's insane. Like, that's so cool. Where else are you gonna meet a mermaid? Except for at vlogging, you know, little events. And so having two like back to back was just so great. It was such a great way for me to like jump in and be like, yes, dude, this is what I'm doing. Like, this is what I want to do for real. So I don't have another one for another 2 weeks. The 24th, there is a social media workshop. And so I've actually been lucky enough to come across a couple of ladies that do this, that do influencer like agents. If I could get an agent, dude, my life would be complete. There's no way my mom would be my manager. I always thought like if I ever hit it big that my dad would be my manager, but I don't really think I want that. I want to cut that, like keep that what that is family. So, anyways, now I'm at Target because I have to get diapers and diapers and formula, which I already told you, but also all of the fall stuff is coming out and I'm so stinking excited. It's like 2:30. I was looking at the oven and I'm making dinner a little bit early. It's like a dinner. Did a whole Target try on haul. I was there for like 2 hours. I was gonna just like pop in and grab what we needed, but then I was like, I don't have kids. I need to take advantage of this moment. So if you're not following me on Instagram, that's where you get stuff like that that's like live now in the moment. But I thought I would share with you what I'm making for dinner. The first thing that I made is my asparagus recipe, which is coming soon. And I have pork chops. I pan seared them and now they're in the oven baking. And now I'm gonna make a little like kind of appetizer. So I grabbed some olive oil, some Mrs. Dash garlic, and some basil, and I just kind of whipped that up into a sauce, I guess. And I'm gonna drizzle it over, I have a sourdough baguette, and then I'm gonna top it with some mozzarella cheese until it's melted. And we're gonna snack on that while we wait for the pork chops to finish baking because they're super thick. So this will only take a couple minutes. I parked at the very, very back because of shade. Look, I'm literally the furthest away you can be. Good Merry Thursday to you. It's 11:30 and I'm going to meet Miss Katy from Rancho, Flor. She's just the sweetest, kindest, yummiest soul. She's my kind of people. She's a Tucson native, but her daughter actually goes to GCU, and so she comes up here to help her daughter with stuff or projects. This guy's not even paying attention to the fact that there's a pedestrian in the road. I'm just gonna keep walking. And so anyways, she's come up to deliver something to her daughter, and we made plans to go out. Originally it was gonna be like a hi bye because Andrew's schedule changed. He was originally supposed to be working yesterday and today, but now he is not off on Friday, Saturday, which just literally broke my heart. I was so upset, you guys. I started crying. That was just gonna work out perfectly because we were gonna do dance on Friday nights and, you know, yada yada. But anyway, I don't want to take away from this epic moment of hooking up with my dear friend. So I will talk to you guys later. Look at how stinking cute this little room is by Ikea. They did like purple lighting. It is so like dark and dramatic and romantic. Like they did such a good job at this little area. This little chandelier with the little sitting area, wardrobe. Seriously, how stinking cute is this? I love this. And I don't like dark. This is cute. You want to know who else is cute? Miss Katy from Rancho, Flor. So this is my YouTube channel. If you guys are not following Katy over on Instagram, all of her information will be down below, but this is my hot date for today, so.
Yes, we're having a good time.
Yes.
And we don't really care that everyone's watching.
No.
We're actually laughing and having
yes.
a good time. So
I might do a photo shoot on this bed now. We're in Farmhouse Heaven over here. Look at how stinking cute. They have eucalyptus now, but it's called something else. Artificial leaf. Smika.
okay, but like this at Target, the hearth
yeah.
is like $10 a stem.
How much is that one? $4.99, yeah, for a stem here. So just keep that in mind. How stinking cute. I really would love something like this, but this is not my style at all. It's cute. Open shelving, which only certain people can pull off. They have the shiplap wall, faux fireplace, mantle. Okay, so we were just talking, and because I lived in DC, Miss Katy also had a friend that lived in DC. This is giving us like a DC loft, New York City apartment like vibes with like the raw brick and all the little greenery and sharp lens, workspace. So cute. Super little boho. Loft. Yeah, very boho, exactly. Very cute. I love that tall plant.
The tree?
Yeah. The tall plant. Yeah, $50. I don't know if that's good for faux plants.
It's not bad.
Okay. Ooh, I like these little cuties too.
It's even better when they have it on sale.
Oh, okay.
These?
So we found my favorite kitchen of Ikea. I told her, I don't know where this is, but it's coming home with me. And she's like, it's downstairs. So I was like, good. It's so pretty. I would love to get glass cabinets on some of mine eventually. I like the handles. The farmhouse sink is an upgrade I would love to do to the house. And just, oh. This cute little lacy curtain. And this little guy with all different plants. How stinking cute. I love this little buffet. Saw it, pinned it, did it. And then we were just talking about the bird cages. Tell them your tip.
Okay, so the tip is, this is a great structural piece, and then you just change out what's inside of it seasonally, so that you don't ever have to change this part. You spend $15 on the lantern, and then you go to the dollar store and you get stuff to change out seasonally and keep it current so you don't hate it.
That is so cute. And hanging,
Yeah.
I think I'm seriously gonna hang it in my office. I'm also seriously loving those baskets.
Okay. You almost have to stand in these spaces for a few minutes to like see it all.
Yeah.
How much?
Oh no.
There's no.
Oh wait, here's another one. Free. $14.99.
Okay, that's still not bad.
No, not for storage. Storage is so expensive because it's so in right now, and they even have look a different size.
A little.
That would be so perfect for magazines. Yes. I'm a magazine snob, man. I have them come all the time.
I used to get Better Homes and Gardens, and I have a whole like a 3-inch ring binder of the things that I do saved.
Yep. Inspiration boards for career, for home, for kids. Yeah, exactly. Made our own pin boards. This is cute. That's cute. That's a good little photo.
You could. Okay.
So if Dracula were to be living among us, this is the room he would be hanging out in. I love this buffet. It's just like so dark and dramatic, and even the lighting on the inside. This is so cute. I love this gallery wall, like the creepy hand at the top. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Picture of the eye.
Yeah, just one eyeball. Just one eyeball. I like the little mini cloches though. They're cute. And you just So this is like French country chic, right up my alley. Maybe minus the blue, but the lace and the gray and the chrome, 100%. I love this island. Look how big it is. Although my island's like long. It's so long. Ah, I just love that floral arrangement, especially. That little glass one is cute. Yeah. That would be so cute. Oh my gosh. How much is that bad boy? Doesn't even say. Man, they are killing it. I haven't been to Ikea in forever.
I'm not gonna tell it. Here you go.
Ooh.
Look at the green zone. See, this is what should be in Dracula.
What should have been it. Oh, look at how dark and dramatic that one is. I am digging all of the gold. Okay, I came on to say we're getting a napkin holder and being twinsies about it, but now I've just found even more things. Like Ikea is seriously killing it with like all of the fun things. Yeah. Like they have so many different variations of like these little glass boxes. That is a very interesting piece. It's like pine cone. And like all of the things to put them in. All these little fun things. They did such a good job. I never would have thought of that. Look at that. It's a canvas and then an empty frame around it. I never would have thought of that. I don't know why that's blowing my mind. Or even like the bird cage with a frame around it. Stop it.
In the vase.
Oh my gosh. They have like a whole new team. I don't remember Ikea ever being this fancy.
Cool.
No, ever. I mean, look at this cute little bedroom.
Yeah.
It seems like for, I think now that fall's out, everything's going dark and dramatic. It's like
very dramatic.
Yeah, dark colors, but like with rich contrast, like with the flowers and then the chandelier. Yeah, it's like very rich.
Please report to
like you could taste it, like velvet and curtains and yeah. This is really nice. It's not our style personally, but
it's making me hot actually because it's 110 degrees outside. Not that.
She likes it. This is really, really cute. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, made it home. It was a fantastic time. And now I'm getting dinner in the oven, and I decided I was gonna do another recipe from Joanna Gaines' cookbook. This is what we're making, creamy squash casserole. It's just a couple of ingredients, it's not a ton. Onion, heavy cream, summer squash, eggs, pepper, onion, 2 cans of green chilies, some Velveeta, and then Ritz crackers. So it's not obviously the healthiest thing, but this is what it has turned out to. I think that I needed a little bit more squash. It said 2 pounds and I misread it as like 2 stalks. So I probably could have used a little bit more, and so it's a little bit on the liquidy side, but it's egg and cream, so it'll thicken up as it bakes, and it's literally, you just toss it all. I put bacon in mine too because my family are meat eaters. So I put it all in a casserole dish, and it's gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes. So you just whip it up and then you can clean up. Morning, it's Friday. It is 10 to 9. And Aiden just got off to school. I think I told you guys yesterday that I got into it with the it wasn't even the supervisor, it was the dispatcher for the transportation company for the buses for Aiden's school. And they like changed the times and didn't tell me. She was trying to argue with me that she did call me and read off the number. It wasn't even the correct number. And she was like, I'm not telling you, or what'd she say? Wouldn't call another parent. And I was like, I don't know who you called, but I'm telling you, you have the incorrect phone number for me, which is funny because I got the very first phone call from you telling me what time the original one was, which the original time was 8:52. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant about this for a second. The original time was 8:52, okay? So Monday comes around and I think I told you they didn't show up, and it was after 9. It was like 9:15. So I had flashbacks of last year when she showed up early and just left without him. So I, you know, take Aiden up to school, and his teacher was like, none of the buses are here yet. All of the kids that were in the classroom were like parent drop-offs, and I was like, oh my gosh. So they didn't even show up. They were over, by the time they would have gotten to the house to pick up Aiden, it would have been a half hour late. A half hour. Which for Aiden, or any child, no matter if they're special needs or not, having your backpack on, your shoes on, your clothes, sitting at the door waiting for something for a half hour, even for an adult, is hard. So I was like kind of irritated, but he got to school. It was first day. It's always chaotic from what I'm told. This was our first day, because if you're new, last year Aiden didn't start school until October, which I've told that whole entire story before. So everything was pretty much like set in stone, you know, like bus routes and everything like that. There was like some variation. Sometimes they were a couple minutes early, sometimes they were a couple minutes late. 30? No ma'am. Tuesday rolls around and I don't think I was home. Was I? They were still really late. Yeah, I was home on Tuesday because that's when we found out it was the bus driver that we had for the first time. Last year we had a bus driver, and like a couple weeks later they switched it to a different bus driver, which was the lady that thought I liked her. liked her. Really weird. We were like super excited. Wednesday, no school. Yesterday, Thursday. Again, 8:52 is our time. 9, 9:10, 9:20. And so I'm like texting the teacher and I'm like, dude, what is going on? She's like, I don't know, they're still late. And she's like, wait, the buses just got here and they said Aiden wasn't home. And I was like, oh my gosh, furious. So I call her, all of that transpires, and she's like, yeah, your new time is 8:48. And I was like, you mean to tell me that I sat and waited for you for over a half hour on Monday and Tuesday was 20 minutes, and you showed up 4 minutes early? And really, I opened my door at 8:50 for the chance of them being a couple minutes early, not 4, just 2 minutes early. I opened my door at 8:50. So you mean to tell me I can wait for you for 20 minutes and there is no signal for you to let me know that you're early? And so I was furious. She was super rude, hung up, ended up taking Aiden to school yesterday while I had to get ready for my date, which that was a whole other thing. And so today he was 5 minutes early. 8:43 he showed up, and luckily I just had my door open, and I even thought to myself, like, I'm gonna stand out there at 8:45, and I got Aiden dressed early and I was like, I'm just gonna open it just to see, and sure enough he shows up 5 minutes early. I mean, I know it fluctuates and that's fine, but I think like just rolling past if I'm not out there isn't fair when you're early, me personally. I'm not saying that he's a chauffeur or anything like that. Like, I am very well aware that everything is so time dependent and can vary so greatly because of, you know, there's children. This is a special needs bus, which those, you know, children typically have a little bit of a harder time maybe separating from their parents or getting, you know, sat down and, you know, sat still. And so I understand that it varies greatly, but if you're early, like, I don't understand how it's not okay for you to signal to me that you're gonna be early. She said that he cannot honk to let me know he's out there early. I was like, so you mean to tell me I have to sit out there with my kid up to 10 minutes early, but if you're gonna be like 20 minutes late, I'm gonna be standing out there for a freaking half hour? Are you joking me? And so the teacher, bless her heart, was just constantly apologizing to me. She was texting me all day long yesterday. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then even sent home a letter, all of the preschool parents, because she told me, she's like, we've had 4 parents yank their kids off the buses because of the system so far. And I was like, I mean, I wouldn't yank them off this early, but Aiden's also obsessed with the bus and vehicles, garbage trucks, excavators, dump trucks. Like, he loves vehicles right now. And so I couldn't even imagine him not taking the bus because he legitimately loves it. That's probably his favorite part about going to school, is taking the bus to and from school. So that was a whole thing. But this morning I got up before 6 with Bailey, which I had my alarm set for 6. Now that Andrew's going back to work, I want to get back on that schedule of waking up early and going to bed early, because he's not going to be here anyway. So I don't need to stay up late. I don't need to be doing stuff that I don't need to be doing, which for the last 3 weeks I've been eating like crap, which you can see all over my face, and I even feel so bloated and gross. And now I'm running out of content. I had gotten myself so far ahead and I was so stoked about it, but now I'm like falling behind. So I need to get back to recording, editing, stuff like that. Hillary, I don't think I told you guys on Wednesday night, Hillary came over and we recorded the podcast, so we're finalizing stuff for that. We have 6 episodes recorded right now, but you want to have 4 released when you launch and then 4 in the bank at all times. And so we need to record at least 2 more, and then you have so much stuff that goes along with it. I've got our Libsyn set up, which is your hosting site. If you want me to do a whole video on this, I totally will, because it literally has taken months of research. We started this project in March. We started recording and it's July. Oh, no, it's not. It's August. It's mid-August at that. And we probably honestly won't launch until probably October, just because, so you have like your hosting site and everything. You need artwork, you need pictures, you need branding content, you need social media accounts. And luckily her and I are very good about divvying up the work. So she does all the outlines and blog posts that are going to go with it, like all the literature. I'm going to do all of the technical, like editing and stuff like that. And then we're going to split up. She does Twitter. I don't do Twitter. So she's going to do Twitter and I think Facebook or something. I'm doing Instagram. What is that other one? I have no idea. And so we're just super stoked. We're so excited, and you know, social media is my life, like personally. It's not like my whole entire life. You know, I have kids and a husband, blah, blah, blah. But for Hillary, dance is her life. And so she's just so excited to like get into this side of, you know, social media. And she's always wanted to do this. And she's always wanted a blog post, but she didn't, like a blog, and she didn't know how to do it. And so now she gets like the best of both. She writes the blog and I just upload it with links, because again, I'm the tech girl. Never thought I would hear myself say that, because I'm not really tech savvy. I just do a ton of research. I don't know stuff like this. I don't know coding or anything like that. I literally, if I don't know how to do it, I outsource it to people on Etsy or what's that other one? I've only used Etsy so far, but it's been for like graphic design, logo design. I had somebody do like my YouTube banner, intro, outro, cards and stuff like that. So anyways, Bailey, because she was up so early, I'm gonna go lay her down right now. And then I get like a couple hours to myself, so it worked out perfect. And that's how it was last year when Aidan was in school. While he was at school for those just 2.5 hours, because she was up so early because she was a little baby, you know, she laid down while he was at school, and I got like just a couple hours to myself, which never happens. When you're a mom, you never get time to yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna go work on a ton of stuff. Oh, that's what I was talking about too, is that this morning I rebranded Coco Flor. I erased all of the images. I didn't erase them, I archived them, so I can bring them back out if I want to. But I'm completely rebranding Coco Flor. I was telling you guys in a previous vlog when I was like going through everything, like I was so focused on selling that I created stuff that I knew would sell instead of staying true to like who I was. Like a lot of that farmhouse stuff, I knew it would sell, and I knew a lot of you guys would love it, like the cows and the pigs and the, you know, horses and stuff like that. Like I knew you guys would love that, and I knew that that audience is so big right now because of the farmhouse movement with Miss Joanna and, you know, everybody else. There was people before Joanna Gaines, but that's the most notarized one. The one with the most notoriety. Anyways, and so I was focusing on that instead of like being who I was and what I want to be with Coco Flor. So I'm starting over from scratch. I'm keeping a lot of designs that I loved that I started with. I think towards the end, because I wasn't seeing a ton of growth, that's when I was like, oh, farmhouse, like I need to tap into that. And I just need to be patient and stay true to who I am, which is so much harder said than done, because it's not only a patience thing, it's a money thing. Like I'm paying for this website every single month. I'm paying for, you know, the website every single year. I have to pay for my business license. I have to pay for so many things. It's expensive to have your own business when you're not bringing in any revenue, you know? And so this isn't like a ploy to get you guys to buy anything. I'm just explaining, you know, the business side of things, which you guys seem to really enjoy. Because so many of us want to be entrepreneurs and do our own thing. Like everyone's dream is not to have a boss. Who wants to work for somebody else in like a traditional setting? Nobody really, unless you truly enjoy it. But most people that I talk to, you know, that are moms and stuff, maybe it's not so much like a money thing, but they need something for themselves. Every mom needs like a personal thing of her own. And so that's why I bring up a lot of business stuff. So I'm gonna lay Bailey down. I've been going through and like getting content for Instagram and stuff like that. So well, yeah, I'll get you guys later. We have dance class tonight, and I need to go to the grocery store. We're out of a few things. I'll do that when Aidan gets home and Bailey wakes up. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say it's been a great start to the day, and I'm really excited to get back on my schedule. You guys know I thrive on a routine and a schedule. I thrive. So I love you guys. I'm not ending it here. I don't know why I just said I love you. Love you, man. So I'll talk to you guys later. I thought I would share the little lunch that I just made for Andrew and I. He just woke up. I got these from Trader Joe's, and it's arugula, parmesan, and reggiano. And I just threw some olive oil in a pan. Did a little bit of egg wash and some breadcrumbs, and it probably took me maybe 10 minutes, if that, to do that entire package. And then we just dip it in pasta sauce. It's just something different than boiling some noodles and throwing sauce over it. It just gives it a little bit more flavor. There's not a ton in there, and so the breading like beefs it up a little bit, makes you a little bit more full. So thought I would share that. We're on our way to our very first dance class. How you feel about it, babe? I didn't realize that I actually was making him do this, but we're actually stuck in rush hour traffic, which just bites the big one, man. I've never gotten to show you the actual dance studio because there's always a ton of people here. Isn't it cute? Andrew's ready. Give me your best move. I love it. Hi guys. It is Saturday, which is so funny because I started this vlog on a Sunday, which I didn't remember until this morning. So hopefully this isn't like literally the world's longest vlog, but I know if you're like me, I love a good long vlog. I think that's why I love Louise Pentland so much, is because number one, her and I have so much in common with a lot of stuff, and so I genuinely feel connected to her, you know. And so I love her, but I also love how long her vlogs are. It just makes my Sunday day. And I haven't seen, she released a video yesterday and it was like her book tour vlog, but I miss her like weekly vlog. She hasn't done one in like 2 weeks. I think that's a nice thing to say about somebody, is that you miss them even though you don't even know them. These are just very random thoughts from my brain. So it is Saturday, like I said, and it's been a very chill day. Last night was awesome. I don't even remember the last thing I said to you. Andrew and I went to dance class and he was so good. I was like, what the heck? Mind you, Andrew and I didn't have a real wedding. So we didn't dance. And we've never been like to a club or anything. Like that's not our jam, you know? And so for all I knew, like I thought he was gonna be, like it was gonna be funny, you know? And he was much better than I was on my first day. I was like, man, that's awesome. He impressed everybody there. So it was really, really cool. We had a really good time and he realized, or learned rather, that it's a lot harder than you think it is dancing. It's not just like shaking your hips, like technique and everything. It's hard and it's a really good workout. So he also went to his very first night shift, and honestly, you guys, it has me angry. Like, I knew this full well, and I even told you guys multiple times that, you know, all of our problems weren't going to be solved as soon as Andrew got home. Like, there was going to be other hurdles and stuff like that. And so I'm angry and I'm upset that he was gone for so long. Now he's back and like I still don't have him in the bed at night. I've been going on and on for like 12 minutes and I was crying, and I just don't even want to insert any of that footage. I'm just having a hard time adjusting to the night schedule. I'm really upset that even though Andrew's home, I am not sleeping with him at night and don't get to see him at all during the day because he's sleeping. I'm just having a really hard time struggling with that mentally. It's giving me a super short fuse today with both of the kids, and it sucks. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'm not gonna end the vlog like that. It's just not cool, and I don't want this to be a place of complaining. But I'm also very real and honest with you guys. Just know I'm mentally struggling, and just carried on for a good 10 minutes crying for no reason. Not for no reason. I mean, everyone's feelings are valid. It just doesn't always need to be voiced and in such detail. But I just wanted to show you, I don't think I showed you anything that I got from Ikea, and I did a little haul like on Instagram, but this is one of my favorite things that I got. How stinking cute is this little bird cage? It didn't come with the greenery. I had to shove it inside, but I think this is seriously one of the cutest things. I'm thinking about putting some fairy lights on it, and the woman that I went with, Miss Katy, I was like, should I get some like chain and hang it that way? She's like, I think because you're so feminine, I would do ribbon. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're a genius. So it's quite heavy, so I'm gonna have to get like very sturdy ribbon and something very sturdy to hang it up on the ceiling. But I'm just gonna leave it right there for now. I got 4 of these little guys for Missy because she's always on the hunt for them, but she said she found some at Hobby Lobby for $1.50, so I picked up 4 of them and I don't know what to do with them. So if you have any suggestions on what I could do with these, let me know. I have a ton of work to do and I feel very overwhelmed right now, and a really good way for me to not feel that way is to start lists. So I have home lists, I have work, which work includes the Coco channel YouTube, the Coco channel blog, the Coco channel Instagram, Coco Flor website and Instagram, and also now the podcast. And I know that sounds overwhelming, but this is my dream. That's what I want to do. So as long as I make a list and I batch work it, it's really not that bad. But there's a lot going on with that. And so I was telling you guys that our church had an outbreak of hand, foot, and mouth, which I guess is really common. I had never heard of that before, but my friend Katy also told me, she's like, it's so common, it happens all the time. Because she has, I think 6 or 7 kids. Maybe it's 6, I think, or maybe it's 5. 3 were her own and 2 were adopted. She's one of the most beautiful souls I've ever met in my entire life. I love her so much. And we had such a good time on Friday. She's just the sweetest lady. Oh, she's so like, not heavy on my heart, but like on my heart, you know. I just love her. And so anyway, So I'm gonna start lists, I'm gonna start editing this. I have a ton to do, and Andrew doesn't leave until late at night, and so I think what I'm actually going to start doing, because I'm like having a hard time balancing right now. Again, this whole routine is brand spanking new, but I found myself very upset this morning because Andrew was really tired when he got home. This last night was his first night shift. There's Aiden. And you know, when I came downstairs, I had an expectation that he would help me clean up, and that's not very fair to him or to me to put that on myself. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but him and I are gonna have to sit down and be like, okay, so if you're really tired in the morning, I'm gonna need your help at night. Like, you know, it's all about balance, and it's all about helping. Like, just because he works, and him and I have discussed this, I'm not like telling him off to you, but maybe this is something that would help you and your spouse. Just because he works doesn't mean that he doesn't do anything at home, and he is we're both having a little bit of a hard time like breaking stuff up, in the fact, like, how do I explain this? Like, oh, perfect example, and I was crying about this earlier, that I'm not going to insert that footage, but on Thursday, so he's like trying to get himself adjusted to like the new night schedule, and so Thursday morning was the morning that I had the issue with the transportation department, and so I had to feed Bailey while I was feeding Aiden, while I was making breakfast for him and I, and then had to get Aiden dressed, and then the bus didn't show up, so I had to take Aiden. And so for me, like, that's just what I would have to do. And so I didn't even realize, like, Andrew could have helped me and I could have saved myself a lot of stress. And Andrew was just sitting there and didn't realize, like, oh, you know, like, she's struggling, she's doing 5 tasks, I'm not really doing anything, I could have helped her. And, you know, again, that's not calling anybody out, it's just him and I both need to adjust. Like, I don't have to do everything by myself. Like, I'm not alone anymore, even though I feel like it right now, because again, he is working nights and sleeps during the day. But he also just came from 7 months of a room, not having to really clean up after himself, getting 3 meals a day from like a dining facility, just work, and then that was it. And so it's just going to be adjustment for both of us. And so I think what I'm going to start doing to kind of help myself with productivity, because even if I'm downstairs, I think it's just a natural mother's instinct that as soon as you hear your kids crying or doing something else like that, like whining or getting into stuff, like you automatically want to jump up and, you know, do that. And I've done that for 7 months where it was just me. And so I think it's fair, and Andrew would totally agree, that like I take my laptop, I go upstairs and do some work. Door shut and locked, like a couple of hours solid of either writing my blog posts, editing videos, or, you know, I'm taking on Coco Flor again. I really, for a second there, thought that I was done with Coco Flor. Like, I already talked about it, about, you know, I was doing things that weren't my style just because I thought they were gonna sell. I was uploading the same exact pictures of just t-shirts when, you know, I didn't really get to work on Coco Flor actively while Andrew was gone, but I thought about it a lot. And I need to make it more me. And so after all the classes that I took for the Coco channel's Instagram page, I learned a lot, because they include a lot of stuff about like being a business page. If you have like a physical product, a digital product, a service that you're selling, you know, that it should be 80% business and 20% personal. Like, people want to get to know you behind the brand and stuff like that. And so I like literally archived everything on the page. I think I told you all that. And you know, I'm starting over from scratch, and so I want to really dig deep and see like what my actual business theme is. Like, not personal, you know what I mean? Like, that's completely different. Like, you guys know me as a person, like who I am, but what does my business represent? Like, what does that look like for me, if that makes sense? And so anyway, I'm gonna end it here. I feel much better with the last part of the conversation. The first one was really whiny, really boring. So how stinking cute is this? Like, I want to figure out something with this style, but is this not the cutest thing? That little bird cage. So that was definitely long enough. I love you guys so much, and it analytically looks like the vlog is your absolute favorite video, and I appreciate that so much because it's the longest, and so that helps me out. Like the longer videos that you watch, the more watch time, like that helps me out a lot, and so I really appreciate that. And like I said, I love you guys so much, and I thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.